examiner that I work for is actually separate from SF Examiner.
It's the examiner! Oh, wait. Can you, just because we have some extra time, will you explain the examiner that you work for?
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
Just to say what it is.
Small fee, of course. No, it's examiner.com. It's a new, I don't know how new it is.
It had nothing to do with the SF Examiner.
No, not a thing, actually. Totally different. I work that to my advantage, actually. People think that I'm associated with the print newspaper, but I'm not.
I'm sorry, but when you called me to get on the list for our other Porchlight show, you said this is Evan from the Examiner. I just want to know, just let you know that you were perpetuating a little bit of that myth yourself when you called my home phone. All right. It's fine.
I'm not going to deny that at all, actually. I think that's smart. Anyways.
What is the Examiner? Can you just tell me?
Examiner.com it's just an online
What am I trying to figure out?
just an online newspaper. It's not restricted to San Francisco. It's actually in 110 cities nationwide and in Canada. It's this brilliant innovation. It's actually the fastest growing newspaper in the country. Can't say world. But it's because they pay the writers a penny for every hit that you get for any article. So, for instance, I've written 43 articles in the last 7 weeks. Just kind of a lot, you know? And they owe me
How many pennies do?
they owe me about $75 right now. It's pretty good. I mean, all right, 7,500 hits. It's not bad in 7 weeks.
Oh, that's great. Okay, now I'll start your time.
Hoping to increase my hits tonight. Anyways, I just moved here from Savannah, Georgia about 6 months ago. I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with, I said y'all, didn't need to. Familiar with a place called Mrs. Wilkes, is anybody familiar? No? It's kind of this famous down-home secret in Savannah. It's been around for about 70 years. It's a family-run restaurant. It's very, I've never been to any place like Mrs. Wilkes. You walk in, and basically every demographic that you could possibly imagine is represented in this place. You go there especially for holidays because all of the meals are well, first of all, you go sit at these big round tables. They seat about 12 people at the table. And so you go, say you have a family of 4, like I do. My whole family goes, we sit down. Of course, there's 2 or 3 other families at this table, and you don't know, the people you're sitting with. So that in itself is quite the experience. And they have a server who just brings out these huge dishes full of lima beans, candied yams with the marshmallows on them, anything you could possibly have at a Thanksgiving table. So this event takes place at Thanksgiving. I am Jewish, and one of the things we call the people in kind of the middle of the table, I guess they're not quite circular tables. It doesn't fit with my story. Let's call them ovals, these tables. In the center of this oval. And we call that the Passover seat because you have to end up passing all the dishes around to all the people who are on the table. Well, that can either work for or against you. I, being a glutton, I like the Passover seat because that means that all the dishes come to me. I get first dibs, basically. Well, there was another woman from another family across from me in the other Passover seat. And it was like an old Western showdown. And then me versus this lady, it's like, who's going to get first dibs on these plates? Especially the candied yams. We both really wanted the yams. Okay? And I like to think of myself as a nice guy. I'm sure she likes to think of herself as a nice woman. In any case, when we both reached for the yams, our hands on the plate at the same time, I decided to let the yams go. I did not notice that inclination in this woman. There was no pause whatsoever in her eyes. Okay, so I let her have the yams. Time goes on, plates are refilled, we're passing our dishes, and the same thing happens when we're going for the red rice with sausage. I figured, I let the yams go. Why would I let the red rice and sausage go? to let something go. Well, she did not see it that way, unfortunately. And we both just kind of held the dish at the same time. And I think at this point everybody else kind of clued in to what was going on. I don't know how many other people saw the yam incident or non-incident, thanks to me. This woman had lima beans, kind of like half a lima bean on the corner of her mouth. She had like mashed potatoes on her where her bib should have been, perhaps. I don't know. If I was going to say one of the two of us was a glutton, it probably would have been her. But then again, I was not letting go of this dish of red rice. Well, what happens now? You guys want to know what happens?
Yes!
It's awesome. Okay. I grabbed the rice. I put some on my plate. This woman says to me, "Boy, what you know about that red rice? That's my red rice. You can't appreciate no red rice." Okay. I don't want to get into race issues, because I'm really not going to go there. But I did hear this woman comment, this is a black woman, okay? And Savannah is about 52% black, if you guys don't know that, and only about 13% Jewish, so I guess really I'm the most of the minorities here. But I heard her earlier in the night, or in the day, in the evening, afternoon, mention to her husband how there was a big difference between white folk and black folk, as she put it. The difference was, for holidays, she, her husband, her family, her race, I suppose, would wear, their holiday clothes were kind of like painter's clothes, or clothes that you would mess up. You wouldn't mind messing up because you were going to a feast, you were going to get down. All these highfalutin white people would wear their nice clothes. I was wearing a tie, so I could not deny that. Nor did I comment.
1 minute left, Evan.
1 minute, okay. So anyways, the end of the story is that I wasn't really hungry anymore when I saw this. I looked up, and I had this moment where, really, how important is red rice? How important is any kind of dish? This is Thanksgiving. And really at Miss Wilkes, the main thing is, and the main part of the experience isn't even the food, which is really good, but it's the fact that you're sitting with kind of an extended family that you're only going to be familiar with for, an hour. And that actually in itself is kind of a magical thing, You can be really nice and have great manners with these people and actually kind of connect with them on some level, even if you wear different clothes for the holidays or both want the same last remaining bit of red rice and sausage. So I'm just going to end it there by saying thanks for being my family for 6 minutes. And have a Thanksgiving.